Good morning and welcome. Welcome to the official launch of Productivity Awareness Week 2021. And we're starting a half hour later because Minister has a lot of commitments, and so we wanted to await him to actually have the start. So let us proceed. We want to start off with prayers, and we call on Mr. Kimbert Evans, and he will bless us as we start off Productivity Awareness Week with the blessings of the Almighty Father. Mr. Evans.
Let's all bow our heads for prayer. Dear God, you are the purest definition of love. In the desire to make us share in this love, you sent your only Son into the world to come to our aid. In his great love for us, Christ said that whatever we do for the least among us, we do for him. We give you thanks for calling us to be your people, and for giving us your Son as our Lord and your Spirit to guide our lives. Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, your wisdom, your support during this Productivity Awareness Week. Send your Holy Spirit to bless us, to cleanse our hearts and our minds, to open our spirits to the unseen possibilities before us. Help us engage in meaningful discussions. Allow us to grow closer as a group and nurture the bonds of community. Fill us with your grace, Lord God, as we make decisions which affect us and our country at large. Please continue to remind us that all we do here today and for the rest of Productivity Awareness Week, all that we accomplish is for the pursuit of truth and for the greater glory of you and for the service of humanity. Guide us, Lord, as we make this prayer through Christ your Son, in the love and unity of your Spirit, now, always, and forever. And we all say, Amen.
Thank you very much. Please remain standing for the national anthem, and we call on Ms. Steffi-Anne St. Clair.
Sons and daughters of Saint Lucia, love the land that gave us birth, land of beaches, hills and valleys, fairest isle of all the earth. Wheresoever you may roam, love, oh love, island home. Gone the times when nations battled for this Helen of the West. Gone the days when strife and discord deemed her children's toil and rest. Dawns at last a brighter day, stretches out a glad new way. May the good Lord bless our island, guard her sons from woe and harm. May our people live united, strong in soul and strong in arm. Justice, truth, and charity, our ideal forever be.
Thank you very much, Steffi. And let me ask everyone, could you have your seat? You could have your seats now. So I want to start off with the protocol list and establish that protocol list. And I'm so happy to see in this COVID reality that we have the room with people. And it's almost like a rarity now to see people in a room. And we cannot live separated from each other for very long because we'll go crazy. So let me welcome the Honorable Minister, Honorable Wayne Girard, Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, and Youth Economy. Ms. Esther Rigobert, PS in the Ministry of Finance and Director of Finance. Director of the NCPC, Fiona Hinkson. Permanent Secretaries in the various ministries supporting our event. I think I only see one other, PS Commerce. Let me welcome you. Heads of department and departments, heads of department. Our private sector partners, Manufacturing, Chamber of Commerce, thank you for being here. And I am also the former members, I see one former member of our council, and thank you for coming as well. Members of the Planning Committee for Productivity Awareness Week, staff of the NCPC, staff of other government departments, the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and welcome to the launch of Productivity Awareness Week 2021. Our theme is St. Lucia, resilient, innovative, productive. And this theme is so important to us because this year marks the 8th anniversary of Productivity Awareness Week, hosted by the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council. I dare you to say that 3 times fast without a tongue twister. And the theme, really, let me just break it down for you. St. Lucia. It captures the collective national effort to achieve as one people. Resilient. It denotes the perseverance required to achieve the goal, to recover. Innovative. It demands an ever-evolving mindset to rethink, fresh ideas, creativity. And productivity, the ultimate result is to measure your efficiency and effectiveness, to achieve, to grow. And this is what our theme captures, and our committee thought diligently. I think we battled over 2 sessions just to come up with a theme that aptly captures what is happening in our reality today with COVID and what our country needs at this time to recover and to be on a path of productivity and competitiveness. So let me move on with the program, and let me call on to welcome you formally Ms. Esther Rigobert, the Permanent Secretary in the Department of Finance. Please welcome her.
Pleasant good morning to everyone. The welcome I got, I'm not sure if that prepares me to welcome you or not. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I think now I'm ready to welcome you. I'd like to adopt the protocol already established and thank the Master of Ceremonies for ushering in this launch of the Productivity Awareness Week. I'd like to recognize the presence of Honorable Wayne Girard, our Minister. Minister, welcome to your first Productivity Awareness Week. I hope it won't be the last. And I'd like to also recognize my colleague, Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Sophia Henry, PS in the Department of Commerce. I'm not sure the full name now, but I'll settle for Commerce. And also recognize Country Manager for Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Mr. Everton Seeley, and our former member of NCPC, Mr. Nicholas Bernard. Of course, all of you are recognized and welcome. It is my distinct pleasure and privilege to welcome you here today at this momentous occasion, an event to mark the official opening of this year's observance of Productivity Awareness Week, under the theme, St. Lucia, resilient, innovative, productive. For the last 8 years, the Department of Finance, through the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council has placed the spotlight on productivity, as it is seen as a catalyst for the future growth and development of our people, and by extension, our nation. Productivity plays a critical role in the efficient and effective use of resources for the production of commodities, the provision of services, and the creation of wealth. At no other time we have been called upon as a nation to employ collective action, to overcome fiscal, social, and economic challenges, and to chart a new path for sustainable economic growth and development. This necessitates an all-of-government approach to rebuilding our economy, as well as collaboration between public sector, private sector, and civil society. Part of Barack Obama's slogan in his first presidential race was, "Yes, we can." That must be embraced by all St. Lucians. In fact, I wish to propose an amendment to this phrase: yes, we can, and yes, we must. We must rally together to bring about collective action for the recovery of our society. The advent of COVID-19 has undoubtedly impacted all facets of our society. It has adversely affected the health of our citizens, the livelihoods of our people, and the strength of our economy. It has not only affected our nation, but the world at large. Countries across the globe are all struggling, not just to combat COVID-19, but to reopen safely and to rebuild their economies. No one is immune to this phenomenon called COVID-19. In fact, the widely used phrase at the dawn of the 21st century, a global village, is being manifested in its most pronounced hue and tone during this pandemic. For the first time, people across the globe encounter the same health risks, listen to the same news from mainstream media and social media, follow the ratings of countries by the World Health Organization, are impacted by the coronavirus at the same time, and have to comply with the same travel restrictions and health protocols, such as the wearing of face masks, sanitizing of hands, and social distancing. Sadly, millions have succumbed to COVID-19, and many here in St. Lucia have passed. It is indeed a solemn period in Earth's history. No one has quite figured out the way out of this pandemic, despite mass vaccination and the protection it affords. There are varying views on what works and what does not work. What is undisputable, though, is the need for countries to become more resilient, more innovative, and more productive as we battle this pandemic and prepare for future shocks, whether they be climate change, natural disasters, or man-made events. It is against this backdrop that we launched this week's observance. I wish to applaud the efforts of the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council and the people behind this year's Productivity Awareness Week, that is the Planning Committee, for initiating this important engagement and highlighting the critical underpinnings of any economic recovery effort. The focus this week will be on 3 ingredients to our journey of rebuilding and restoring our economy and charting the way forward to a post-COVID-19 era. And I speak of resilience, innovation, and productivity. Resilience as individuals, as corporate St. Lucia, and as a society is critical to nation building, particularly after suffering the devastating blow of COVID-19. Innovation fosters the development of the talent and creativity of our children, our youth, entrepreneurs, craftsmen, and academics. Productivity seeks to harness the full potential of all we are as a people, touches all facets of our lives, and serves as a vehicle for continuous improvement and development. You will agree, all 3 ingredients are critical for our success. With this, I invite you to participate in the full slate of activities. There are a number of panel discussions which will allow for a vibrant exchange of ideas on many important topics. These will be conducted through a blend of in-person and virtual events. I wish to thank the organizing committee for an excellent job and take this opportunity to extend best wishes to those who will be hosting this year's events. I trust that all participants will have a truly meaningful experience and will come away more knowledgeable, more equipped, and more empowered to contribute meaningfully to our recovery efforts to make us more resilient, more innovative, and more productive. Thank you for your presence here today. And once again, I bid you welcome to this year's observance of National Productivity Awareness Week. Thank you, feel welcome, and enjoy the proceedings of today.
So thank you, PS. Thank you for this. And I like the takeaways that you had there. But the one that stuck with me was I just love President Obama. And I think you used it quite well, because in this time that we live in, we must actually have a yes attitude, yes we can attitude. So yes we can, and yes we must. I took that away, and I think that's what St. Lucia needs at this time. Productivity Awareness Week is not an NCPC activity solely. We actually co-opt a number of other ministries because productivity affects and involves everyone, as was said earlier. And so we had health on board, agriculture on board, commerce on board, finance on board, and we have a number of ministries on board. And we have, apart from in finance, we have our own NIP team, and they'll be presenting this afternoon as well. And so it is a very involved process. But I don't want to steal the thunder of my next presenter, the director of the NCPC, Fiona Hinkson, and she will give you the overview of the week and activities that you should and must participate in so that we as a country could hear the discussions and get the ideas to move our country forward. Let's welcome Fiona Hinkson to the mic.
I'd like to first adopt the protocol, but I'd also like to recognize the Minister, Honorable Wayne Girard, the Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development and Youth Economy. Also like to recognize the Country Manager for the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Mr. Seeley. I'd like to recognize the Director for the Manufacturers Association, Ms. Paula James, as well as the former member of the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Mr. Nicholas Bernard. I also like to recognize the two PSCs in the room, the PS of Finance, Ms. Rigobert, and also Ms. Sophia Henry, the PS for Commerce, the hardworking Productivity Awareness Week Committee, and all invited guests. So good morning, everyone. St. Lucia, resilient, innovative, productive. Our theme for this year, Productivity Awareness Week. When you think about all that we've been through from last year and this year with the onset of COVID-19 pandemic, resilience comes to mind. We really are resilient as a people. How do we move forward towards recovery and to tackle structural challenges that existed prior to COVID? How do we strengthen and restructure our economy, create the much needed jobs, become more productive and competitive? We need to be innovative and think outside the box. The hardworking committee of Productivity Awareness Week, headed by Mr. Glenn Simon, has put together a menu of activities in collaboration with a number of agencies across the public service and the private sector. We encourage you to be part of the discussions as we look for solutions for recovery, growth, and productivity. So for today, day one, we start off the week with the official launch of the Productivity Awareness Week. The Minister within the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development and Youth Economy will help us with the commencement by giving the feature address for this event. At 2 p.m. today, there will be a panel discussion entitled The Importance of the Circular Economy to National Development. The panelists will explore the tremendous opportunities that exist in the proper management of solid waste to convert trash to cash, foster innovation, job creation, and engender a safe, healthier environment. The activity is being led by the National Integrated Planning and Program Unit, and the lead for this event is Mr. Fabian Felix, Civil Engineer of the NEP unit. Day 2, Tuesday, 12 October, there are 2 panel discussions. The first at 9:30 being coordinated by the Ministry of Agriculture, entitled, How Should Agriculture Be Repositioned to Fill More Space in St. Lucia's Economic Basket? With the closure of borders and supply chain with disruptions, COVID-19 has forced us as a country to focus on our ability to feed our people. The Ministry of Agriculture is responding for a number of initiatives focused on food security, crop diversification, and actions to increase participation in the sector. The objective is to increase agriculture's share of the GDP. The lead for this event is Ms. Anisha Antoine from the Ministry of Agriculture. The second panel will be held at 2 p.m. and entitled Health and Wellness, a Vital Component for National Productivity and Economic Growth. Undoubtedly, deficiencies in the island health system have been exposed due to the devastating effects of COVID-19. What can't be denied is the vital role that health and wellness play to economic well-being. The discussion focused on the reforming and strengthening of the health system in St. Lucia. The lead for the event is Ms. Lauren Mathrin. Day 3, Wednesday, October 13th, at 9:30, the Ministry of Commerce will host a panel discussion on the Love St. Lucia campaign. Examine the possibilities for economic growth, innovation, job creation, and entrepreneurship. Rebranded from the Buy Local campaign, the Love St. Lucia campaign seeks to improve the quality, availability, marketing, and standards of local products for increased consumption by our local population and increased exports of local goods and services. The lead for this activity is Ms. Cindy Eugene. At 2 p.m. that same day, there will be a panel discussion centered on a strong youth economy as a catalyst for economic growth and national productivity. The youth economy is a new thrust of the government of St. Lucia to focus attention on the abundant opportunities available for youth in every aspect of the economy. This discussion will focus on the range of possibilities presented by the youth economy for entrepreneurship, job creation, and innovation, and the many industries and sectors available to the youth. The lead for this activity is Mr. Vina Mathrin Andrews, Deputy Chief Economist of the Research and Policy Unit. There are 3 activities earmarked for Day 4, that's Thursday, October 14th. First event at 9:30, a panel discussion entitled, Will the new Procurement Act and EGP increase transparency, accountability, equity, and competitiveness? A new procurement legislation was officially launched in June 2021, this year, to address gaps in the previous legislation. This discussion will focus on the importance of strong procurement legislation to national development, reducing opportunities for corruption, standardizing processes, and ensuring equity in the procurement process. The lead for this activity is Ms. Nayon Emmanuel, Procurement Officer of the Procurement Management Unit of the Department of Finance. The second activity will be held at 2 p.m., a panel discussion entitled, A Well-Coordinated, Strategized, and Funded National Information Communication Roadmap is Vital to Economic Growth. The media, as a fourth estate, has a major role to play in national development through the dissemination of timely, relevant, and accurate information to the public for effective decision-making. COVID-19 has exposed the lack of coordination of information and the proliferation of misinformed, which exists due to an unstructured, uncoordinated media environment. This discussion will bring media players together to dissect this issue. The lead for this activity is Mr. Glenn Simon, Communication Specialist of the National Competitiveness and Productivity Unit. In the evening at 8 p.m., there will be a video production entitled Changing the Definition of Collateral. Security interest in movable properties bill equates to great access to financing. This is a long-standing project of the NCPC, which seeks to boost productivity and competitiveness among MSMEs through greater access to finance through the use of movable asset as collateral. This project is in its final stage of development. The video feature highlights the support of the business, banking, and legal community to this novel piece of legislation. The lead for this activity is Ms. Shama Mathre, economist within the National Competitiveness and Productivity Unit. On day 5, which is Friday, October 15, at 9:30, we will be hosting our final event entitled Reducing the Digital Divide to Boost Competitiveness and Productivity. ICT penetration has been the game changer, particularly during this COVID-19 pandemic, to foster innovation, which boosts productivity and competitiveness in all economic areas, particularly within the digital economy. St. Lucia still struggles with ICT penetration, and this presents both opportunities and constraints to economic growth. This discussion focuses on closing the digital divide by increasing access and opportunities for ICT penetration. The lead for this event is Ms. Tanza Dilney, economist within the Department of Economic Development. We invite you to support, listen, and participate in all the activities for the week. We have limited audience in-house. However, all the events will be hosted live on our social media pages and on NTN. We thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona. You know, only as Fiona was reading and going through this committee, we really did a lot of work. This is a lot that we're putting on in 1 week. A lot of effective and active discussion that we hope persons will be able to participate virtually as well as in person. We cannot accept everyone in person because of COVID-19 protocols. But this will be great discussions to get. We have a new government, so they need to hear some of the ideas that will help push the country forward. And we're going to think out of the box, innovation all the way. Now, talk about innovation. Where is my innovative person in the room? Okay, she has innovatively gone to the side there. We're going to break the talk and come to actually some performances and some singing. And I have an introduction here for this artiste who will give us and grace us with her presence. She has on her Facebook page, "I am a diamond in the rough, a shiny piece of gold." She's a local songstress with an international appeal. Singing is more than just her talent, but the passion she's devoted to. She has sung on main stages, renders her voice to the Lord through her praise and adoration family, and today she has agreed to grace us with her wonderful voice. Please welcome Miss Stephiane St. Clair.
Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds, try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears, go ahead, release your fears, stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Herald what your mother said, read the books your father read, try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My, oh my, hey, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Time asks no questions, it just moves on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. The world keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. Next time it's danger staring you in the face. Oh, remember, listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what tomorrow holds. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. My, oh my. Hey, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. All I know, love will save the day. Oh, love will save the day. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. Oh, love will save the day.
So let me. COVID rules really make it slow for me to say encore, round of applause. Thank you, Steffi. It was really good. Was it good? Now, the one thing I realize is that so long we've come together to hear performance, we didn't know how to behave. I saw some people there like that, their eyes moving, but their body didn't move. You know, give the artist some love and, you know, encourage them. Steffi, you know, this actually represented our theme, be strong, be smart. You know, that's innovation there. That's, you know, what is hard? Hard is resilient. Exactly. So thank you for that song. Thank you for rendering this song. So now we have our maiden address for Productivity Awareness Week by our minister, brand new minister, Mr. Wayne Girard. And the one thing about minister is that every time I'm around him, I feel a little intimidated. He's taller than me. And anytime persons are taller than me, I'm like, okay, I have to look up. I'm not normally looking up. So, so Minister, we invite you to give us your keynote address. And we invite Mr. Wayne Girard, Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, and Youth Economy. Let's welcome the Minister.
Is it tall enough for me, Glenn? Protocol having already been established, I would like to wish everyone good morning. It is with great pleasure that I am here with you to observe the week that has been set aside to renew our commitment towards the enhancement of productivity. We recognize that this commitment is being made at a time when we are experiencing one of our biggest challenges in our lifetime, that of the COVID-19 pandemic. Along with the rest of the world, we faced unprecedented lockdowns in 2020 that caused an economic downturn that resulted in a 20.4% decline in economic activity in St. Lucia. Our borders have since been reopened, and we are still grappling with the additional waves of infection and new variants of the virus. we are now living more and more in a virtual world, a situation which was almost unthinkable 2 years ago. With our new realities, we have continued online learning for our students, work from home arrangements for public and private sector, reduced activities, and social distancing. This very observance of Productivity Awareness Week is being done with a heavy reliance on our virtual platforms. Despite this, we remain resolute as a people to tackle not only the health crisis of COVID-19 has created, but to push forward to rebuild our economy better and stronger than before. In fact, COVID-19, with its economic and social ravages, is itself an incentive to build back better and stronger. The theme for this year's Productivity Awareness Week, St. Lucia, Resilient, Innovative, Productive, is timely, as this captures the collective action and perseverance that is required to achieve our goals, as well as the need for an evolving mindset that will find creative solutions to move forward to recovery. Rebuilding after or even in the midst of COVID does not mean that we go back to the old ways of doing things. We need to encourage our people to undertake long-term planning that builds resilience in our systems, train and retool our human resources, adopt technologies for growth, business continuity, and support infrastructure that improves the lives of our citizens. One may easily ask, why is productivity important and why does it matter? As a country, there is the need to focus on productivity as it can lead to better standards of living, and it exposes our people to more options such as better healthcare, access to higher education, better infrastructure, and increased employment opportunities. Economic growth cannot be sustained without the improvements in productivity. Research has shown that in advanced economies, productivity accounts for more than half of the overall economic growth, while in developing countries, about 1/3 of growth can be attributed to productivity. Productivity therefore measures the efficiency of utilizing inputs such as labor, capital, and land in the production of goods and services in an economy. Enhancing productivity is also dependent on the ability of organizations and firms to employ new technologies, become more innovative, and adopt lower production techniques through process re-engineering. As the government, we are committed to lead the process by creating the enabling environment for productivity enhancement and growth, and we will accomplish this through various mechanisms. Firstly, it is our intention to expand our economic base. Currently, we rely on one sector, tourism, which is highly vulnerable to external shocks. In 2020, the fallout in economic activity in tourism as a result of COVID-19 was approximately 60.6%. And this had the effect of dampening economic performance in other sectors, given the multiplier effects of tourism. There is need to focus on new and emerging sectors, especially in the areas of services, to allow the development of niche areas such as creative industries, health and wellness, and financial services, to name a few. The government will continue to strengthen our agriculture sector to ensure food security for its population, and it will support reforms that will allow for the adoption of new technologies to lower the cost of production and to encourage new entrants into the sector. Similarly, the manufacturing sector will be given assistance in an effort to remove the various bottlenecks to growth and to provide technical assistance to those firms with export market potential. Support will be given to existing businesses in the various sectors to assist in their recovery due to the COVID-19 crisis, and new policies will be formulated to allow for growth and expansion. Secondly, the Prime Minister has established, as part of this ministry, a focus on the youth economy to provide incentives for young persons to create innovative businesses through financing, market support, and skills training and mentorship. Young persons account for approximately 44% of our population. Youth unemployment in 2019, pre-COVID, was approximately 31.6%, and this figure is expected to be much higher during this pandemic. We want to encourage and provide opportunities for youth empowerment where young persons can be exposed to economic activities that will lead to a reduction in poverty and enable them to make meaningful contributions to society. Key to the improvement of productivity and economic development is the investment in human capital that will provide a better trained and skilled workforce to meet both the current and future needs of businesses. Efforts will be put towards the enhancement of skills in the workplace and the implementation of widespread training in technical and vocational areas. The government intends to support initiatives that will lead to improved access to finance by examining existing facilities that support the MSMEs. In addition, we will very soon enact the Security Interest in Movable Properties Bill, which would allow businesses and individuals to use their movable assets to secure financing. The government intends to leverage the digital economy as a key sector to catalyze growth through the enactment of legislation and support business expansion through online transactions and e-commerce. It will also support the continuation of the implementation of e-government to ensure that all government services are online. The digital economy will also be key in supporting the youth economy, and initiatives currently underway will provide training opportunities for young persons in the society. We also support the implementation and launch of the productivity measuring tool, ProTool, that we know will be invaluable to businesses across St. Lucia. This tool will allow businesses to have access to data for decision-making to support investment in key areas of their internal operations. At this time, I would like to thank and commend the National Competitiveness and Productivity Unit for continuing to remain faithful to this observance and the lineup of activities that are planned for this week. This will focus on the many areas that I have touched upon this morning. Let us remain steadfast and resolute, knowing that the strength of our economy depends on all of us doing our part. Government cannot do it alone. We need everyone to contribute to the efforts of enhancing productivity for St. Lucia to remain resilient, innovative, and productive. I thank you. Thank you, Glenn.
I think he just brought it up. You know, he could have had it down there so I wouldn't look so short, you know. Minister, thank you so much. Thank you for reinforcing a lot of the concepts and ideas that will be running through the week, particularly for the discussions that we'll be having. One thing that you mentioned that I just want to remind everybody of is that what you said, productivity is important, and simply put, for better standards of living. And I think that captures a lot of what it is that productivity will do. You also touched on the youth economy. And we have a guest artist. I did not put the name of that individual, but I will tell you about that person. So this individual is definitely somebody that the youth economy should embrace. He represents the youth economy. And his name is Donatan. And it's my pleasure to introduce him. He goes by Donatan Legend, an artist who aims to touch souls with his music and creativity. He hails from the scenic town of Soufrière and has been involved with singing and music from the age of 13. And hopefully, wants to make a living from his art. He represents the youth economy and aims to turn his hobby into business opportunities. Let's welcome Donatan to the mic. Adjust it how you want. Just give the keys to start your music.
You want to give the protocol?
Yeah.
No, okay.
You say something. Yeah, I went through it.
You all could hear me? If you all could hear me, and you all to repeat after me. Resilience, innovative, productivity.
Resilience, innovative, productivity.
Again.
Resilience, innovative, productivity.
One more time.
Resilience, innovative, productivity.
Yes, nice. I'm just getting you all warmed up for the chorus. No, not yet. No, not yet. Not yet. A pleasant good day to you, ladies, gentlemen, people watching at home, or wherever you are. My name is Don Lucien, but I go by the name of Donathan Legend. As you there, you could just take out your phone and follow me on IG at Donathan Legend, or on Facebook, Donathan Legend. You could even subscribe to my YouTube channel too. Yes. Now I want to give anyways, I'm here to present my piece to you all based on the event, based on the theme for this present event, which is St. Lucia, Resilient, Innovative, Productivity. In addition, I want to give thanks to the NCPC, the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, for granting me such a pleasant opportunity. With that said, now let's get right into it. Donathan, listen to another one. Pay close attention as I demonstrate my piece for Productivity Awareness Week. All we need is just real love and unity. Togetherness well build a community. These three are a part of our liberty. Resilience, innovative, productivity. All we need is just real love and unity. Togetherness well build a community. These three are a part of our liberty. Resilience, innovative, productivity. We in some hectic times, got me thinking what's next in line, so that you can add credit on your account all through the pandemic. Sometimes we feel shaky, we feel drawn, but somehow we still make it through the storm. Resilience, we all need to have it. Even with setbacks, we continue treading. All we need is just real love and unity. Togetherness well build a community. These three are a part of our liberty. Resilience, innovative, productivity. All we need is just real love and unity. Togetherness well build a community. These three are a part of our liberty. Resilience, innovative, productivity. Wise word from the new Apostle Paul. Work hard and you can have it all. I know it's been a while since the job hasn't called, but patience is a virtue, your luck hasn't fall. No matter the slip, no matter the slide, get back on your feet and go back on the grind. The manager call and they wanna replace you. What will you do now when all odds against you? Innovative, you just gotta be creative. Make up your own, you ain't gotta do what they did. To find your purpose, you do need experience. So take risks, try new things, experiment. Don't step on nobody's path. Trendsetters, no copycats. We all blessed with a beautiful soul and potential to bring something new to this world. But all we need is just real love and unity. Togetherness well build a community. These three are a part of our liberty. Resilience, innovative, productivity. All we need is just real love and unity. Togetherness well build a community. These three are a part of our liberty. Resilience, innovative, productivity. Got the ability to talk and let my thoughts come out. So productivity is what I wanna talk about. With COVID everywhere, tourism slow. So the farmers and the fishermen, that's who we should grow. Invest in factories all over the premise. Solutions to provide their own necessaries. Let's not be the ones who confine to the world, and let's be the ones who supply to the world. Cause now we in some hectic times. Got me thinking what's next in line. Hustling so that you can add credit on your account all through the pandemic. Sometimes we feel shaky, we feel drawn, but somehow we still make it through the storm. Resilience, we all need to have it. Even with setbacks, we continue treading. All we need is just real love and unity. Togetherness well build a community. These three are a part of our liberty. Resilience, innovative, productivity. All we need is just real love and unity. Togetherness well build a community. Free words well straighten our liberty. Resilience, innovative, productivity. And that's my presentation. I thank you.
Let me give you an elbow bump, man. Elbow bump there.
Yeah, man.
Come on, I think we could do better than that. Give Donathan a better. So, Minister, he qualifies for the youth economy. Definitely, definitely. So, Donathan, we better invite you to that discussion as well on the youth economy, because we need persons like you to actually say, how do you think it'll impact you? So, Wouldn't you like to clap for the NCPC for innovativeness in its launch? I mean, come on, give us something too. So we brought you theater for the last 2 years, and now spoken word, very creative style. So this launch is a very short launch because we're actually preparing for the afternoon session, which will start the discussion aspect of Productivity Awareness Week. And so we're closing off with the vote of thanks, and our partner in this, Ms. Cindy Eugene, member of the Planning Committee, and she's also from the Ministry of Commerce, and she has been on with us, and this is the first time many of our committee members are seeing each other because all our planning, so they've been hearing Cindy, but may not have seen Cindy, and everything that we did for Productivity Awareness Week, this whole activity was done virtually, not one in-person meeting. So Cindy, they all see you in person with your fiery hairstyle. Let's go.
Good morning. Good morning. Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, and Youth Economy, Honorable Wayne Girard. I wish to adopt the protocol which has already been established. Productivity Awareness Week 2021 is being held against the backdrop of dire economic survival for our country, St. Lucia, and our region collectively. The backdrop reflects the mosaic of widespread job loss, economic downturns, protocol fatigue, a widening fiscal gap with vivid strokes of mental and psychological decay. Though the COVID-19 pandemic has evaporated the many gains made to boost economic growth, it has, however, bolstered our resolve as a nation to build our resilience through collective action and an innovative spirit. Our productivity as a nation depends on a united effort to stand resilient in the battle for economic survival, to retool, rethink as we strive for innovative solutions to build a productive nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed pleased and honored to thank the many persons who made this week a reality. Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, and Youth Economy, Honorable Wayne Girard, for taking time out of your cabinet obligations this morning to be with us. Permanent Secretary, Ms. Esther Rigobert, for your constant support of the work of the NCPC. Mrs. Fiona Hinkson, Director of NCPC. Productivity runs through her blood. All supporting ministries, permanent secretaries, heads of departments. The Planning Committee for Productivity Awareness Week, chaired by a most disciplined, efficient, and pleasant Mr. Glenn Simon of the NCPC. A heartfelt thanks to you. The committee members from Ministry of Finance, Ms. Marina Suraj, Ms. Shama Mathre, Mrs. Olivia Henry Alfred, Ms. Aja Payne Stephen of the NCPC, Ms. Tanza Deligny, Economic Development, Ms. Lana Lafos and Stacy Duncan, General Administration, Mrs. Thavina Mathre, Research and Policy Unit, Mr. Leighton Clovis and Benson Augustine, IT Department, Mr. Fabian Felix, National Integrated Planning and Program Unit, Ms. Nayon Emmanuel, Procurement Unit, Mr. Kimbert Evans, Research and Policy. And how could I not thank you for blessing us this morning? Ms. Anicia Antoine, Dr. Aurea King-Snack, Amanda Faye Clark, all from the Ministry of Agriculture, Ms. Lorraine James, Ministry of Health, Health Planner, Cindy Eugene, Marketing Specialist, Ministry of Commerce. for the wonderful performance of spoken word, which has captured the essence of Productivity Awareness Week 2021. We thank Drina Frederick, Don Lucien, and might I say, Donathan Legend. All we need is real love and unity. This touched me. I felt it. Indeed, we need real love and unity. Thank you. Miss Stephiane Sinclair, for your wonderful rendition of the national anthem and special performance. I finally learned the words to this song. All I knew was the chorus. Thank you. Our service providers, always reliable, Shamak Designs and Priscilla Catering. Special thanks to Ms. Davina Lee and the NTN team for providing live coverage for this entire week. Dwayne Augustine for technical support. Yours truly out there, Roger Lawrence, always faithful, for technical support in bringing the events live. Sincere thanks to all our panelists and moderators and our audience, both in person and virtual, for the week of activities. Thanks to the media for providing coverage of this and all our other events. And thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Do enjoy and participate in the rest of Productivity Awareness Week 2021. Remember, you can join the discussion on NTN, Facebook and YouTube channels on the Government of St. Lucia and St. Lucia NCPC pages. St. Lucia, resilient, innovative, productive. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Cindy is such a champion person to have around because once you call upon her, she delivers. Last night, she delivered a poster, beautiful poster that goes up today for announcing her event. And thanks for all your hard work, Cindy, and committee members as well. So this brings us to actually the end, because we're being very efficient with our time today and for the whole week, and I will admit that this Productivity Awareness Week has really challenged us. As Cindy said, there's an economic downturn. We're working with a zero budget minister, I will tell you that. We're working with a zero budget. And we had to come up with a week of activities that captured the essence of what we wanted to do, because our theme says resilient, innovative, and productive. And so let me assure you that the budget is a quarter of what we did last year, and we're actually putting out a lot more activities. So give us a round of applause, so committee members. Thank you. So as we end, let me invite our in-house audience to partake with us in a grab-and-go refreshment. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for being such a wonderful audience. Thanks for participating. And let's have a productive Productivity Awareness Week 2021. Thanks again.